I'm moving up the street, ain't feeling my heartbeat no more, but I found my melody. I'll take one more please, yeah. So I grab my teeth.
Hello folks and friends, I hope you're all doing really well. I am out in the arena with a fairly exuberant Eve. I am finally starting to feel a little bit better after having COVID. I'm still recovering, still have a bit of a cough when I get too short of breath, but it's slowly but surely getting better. This will be my first proper ride on Eve since I was sick. She's coming back into work, and this will be her first week of like full rides, and I thought that it might be fun to do a little video. I hacked her on Sunday. My coach's working student rode her yesterday. I'm gonna ride her today. I'm gonna ride her Thursday, and I'm going to hack her on Saturday. So I will bring you along for the ride on Thursday and the hack on Saturday. And yeah, I hope that you enjoy. So evidently this is not Eve, but Merlin has to make an appearance in every video, don't you? Or we try to anyway. Eve was a very good girl, but I've come to realize that even though I'm feeling a bit better, I still have a road ahead of me to get back to where I was before I had COVID, because I cantered 3 circles each way and it took the breath out of me. It took me like 10 minutes to catch my breath properly after cantering a total of 6 circles. I was okay after the trot, and we did like maybe 10 minutes of trot total. So I was like, I'll try some canter. I think that, well, it wasn't a mistake, but it definitely made me realize that we have some work to do. We have a long road ahead of us, don't we? Yeah, it's a good thing you're not in work. I don't think I'd have the energy for doing ya. Okay, so it is now Friday. I was meant to go ride Eve last night, but we had a freezing rainstorm on Wednesday night into Thursday. The roads and the driveway at the barn and the aisles where the horses come, like to get into the barn, were absolutely slick. So I made the decision not to go out, but I am going out tonight. My friend is coming to pick me up. We're heading out. I'm gonna have a quick ride on Eve tonight, and then the plan is to take her for a hack tomorrow if the ground is okay. Like I said, we've had freezing rain. And then Sunday I'm not sure. Sunday I am helping out with chores, and I have a very tight timeline that I have to be home by. So if I have time to ride her, I will, but if not, she'll just get the day off. And this video is just going to be a lo-fi phone video because my camera is dead. Oh my goodness, look at how pretty the sky is. And a pretty lady. Hi. Should we go for a ride? Little bareback walk trot. So we just got out to the arena, and she was a bit fresh on Tuesday. She was ridden on Wednesday, but just where today is a bit of a spooky day because there was some ice falling off the roof. I'm just gonna let her loose and let her have a walk around. A little run if she needs it. I know there's some spunk in there. Yes, ma'am. You and your brother both have some spunk in the winter. Now this video was initially going to be a Eve coming back into work video, but she's kind of back in work. Oh. There we are. I knew that was in there. So I wanted her to get that out before I get on. And you know what? Even if all that happens is she runs like this and I don't get on, that's completely fine. Whoa! Jeepers creepers. So I don't know if you can tell, but it's been a while since I've been able to let her loose. I don't think she's been let loose in like a month. So, oh my goodness. Really? I've never heard you snort in your life. Goodness, and she's starting to settle down a little bit. If all she does tonight is have a little run around, she's super happy right now. Oh, she's super happy right now. If she runs around and gets a little warm and then I just get on and walk her to cool her out, that's fine by me. So, did I get a brand new tripod for Christmas? Yes. Is my tripod tonight going to be a grooming bucket with a bucket on top? Yes. So, welcome to the first voiceover of 2024, and if you notice a marked improvement in the sound quality, that's because I'm using a microphone that my parents got me for Christmas for the first time. So I can't help but leave this first little clip in because Eve was over sniffing at the poop, heard me call her name, and walked right up to me, and it just melted my heart, I must say. She's such a sweet girl, and I'm so happy to be working with her again after a little bit of time of being sick. Now, this is me psyching myself up for getting on bareback because I always second guess my sanity whenever I ride bareback. I was only on her for about not even 20 minutes, and I started out just by doing a little bit of walk, but because she had already warmed herself up by running around the arena like a lunatic, I got into asking her to go into a small connection quite soon. And as you can see, there was a little bit of resistance, but she softened quite nicely. So I did a couple of minutes of walk in each direction, and then we went up into a trot. And I was honestly really impressed and happy with how soft she felt when we started trotting. Now, obviously, she's not tracking up. She's not going as forward and kind of extended as she can because she kind of babysits me when I ride bareback, so she doesn't put as much power into her movements as she normally would. But she felt really nice. She was moving from her hind end into the connection, and I was just really happy that she felt so great after, about a month of not doing much. So the order of the day was me working on my sit trot and also just working on maintaining connection for her both in circles and on straight lines. So I did at least one circle in every kind of area of the ring, then I switched directions and we went to the right, which tends to be her better way in terms of connection at the trot. This way I decided to leave in our attempts at maintaining connection on a straight line. So she does pretty well the first little bit, but you can see she's kind of struggling against the connection a little bit. I keep my hands super soft, just kind of little piano fingers on the inside rein if she resists. And she came back down nicely, so we did a circle and then we go back onto a straight line going towards A. And this effort was a lot better. There were a couple of times where I felt that she was going to lose it, but I just kind of added a little bit of leg and said, okay girl, we can do this. You only have to hold it for another few strides, and we made it to A, and I was really proud of her. So then we went up into the canter, and I was actually really happy with how just how good she felt at the canter, because I did mention that the right tends to be her better way in terms of connection, and that's definitely the case at the canter as well. But even though it's her better way in terms of connection and strength, it is weirdly the lead that she struggles to pick up the most, which I think is something that is common for a lot of ex-race horses. And after a lot of just slow, steady work, we're at a point now where she'll normally get it either the first or second time I ask, which is a huge improvement on even 6 months ago. So to the left, I'm starting to hint at walk to canter transitions, and as you can see, there was a little bit of jogging there, but she was really kind of sat on her hind end, so it felt like the right thing to do. Now, though this is the lead that she finds easier to pick up, she does struggle sometimes to maintain a soft, supple, consistent bend around my inside leg and moving forward from the hind into the connection. So when I work her in the canter this way, I tend to do shorter bursts of a few circles, and there's a lot more rebalancing her than there is to the right. So this way, that rebalancing would often look like a soft, subtle half halt on the outside rein just to stop her outside shoulder from drifting out. And then I would remind her with my inside leg with a soft nudge just to move around that leg into the outside rein that had just done the rebalancing. So this last bit of canter here, I was really happy with, and I don't want to push her to the point where she's going to break. So I chose this moment to come back to a trot. I go into a posting trot just so that I don't bounce on her back, and we come back to a walk, and our ride is done. So one of the many nice things about this mare is that she was pretty much off for a month, but because she's out on 24/7 turnout, she didn't really lose that much fitness. She was very fit going into her break. She's not as fit as she was, but she's still fairly fit. She hasn't needed as much of a slow, steady comeback as some other horses might. And also, because she's fit, even when I let her loose and she gallops around and then I do 20 minutes of work, she's not sweaty. She's a little warm, so I'm just walking her, but she's not sweaty at all. Also, last minute interjection for Friday night, but it is 5:30 p.m. and look how much light we still have. I mean, this is a little bit brighter on the screen than it is in real life, but we're getting there. Spring is coming. So I bought a GoPro chest mount, so we will see if I like this angle or not. I think it's a little more realistic as to what riding is actually like. So I'm bareback. I want to take her in the field, but we've had some freezing rain this week, so there's a little bit of a crust on top of the snow. In here is fine. The field would probably be fine, but I'm not sure about the way out to the field. This is a really good workout for her anyway, even if all we do is walk in here. Let me know in the comments if you prefer this angle or the head cam I am undetermined. I can see the screen from here and I kind of like it, but we'll see what it's like once I get it into iMovie. Oh my goodness, I know. Do we want to try going out? Huh? It's up to you. Good girl. Oh, you're such a star. Because the going is a bit more tough, because there's that top tiny layer of crusty bits, I'm only going to do like, oh, I forgot to start my Equelat. I'm only going to do like 10 minutes out here. Trail riding. Start.
Training started.
There we go. Good girl. You want to stop for a little break? Stop and enjoy the view? So yeah, when I can, I try to get out of the arena, because just slow, steady walking through the snow sometimes is as good of a fitness work for them as doing a short walk, trot, canter ride. And let her have lots of breaks. But this is definitely like a walking only hack with the crusty on top. There's no way I would ask her to trot. And she's so smart. Like, I'm not even steering her. She's just following her own track. You smarty pants. And the main thing for me in terrain like this, I have no contact on her face. I'm mostly using my seat and I'm letting her, you can see how she's putting her head down and looking at the footing. Kind of like when you're on a trail ride, I'm just letting her really pick her route. Where are we going? Okay, I guess we're going over here. Where are we going? You want to go over here? I'm not super keen because there's normally some deer over here I love. And I really don't feel like getting yeeted into the stratosphere if you spook. Yes, but if you want to go over here, we'll go over here. Oh, we're circling, okay. Oh, okay, we're going this way. Do you want to go to the rock? Is that where you're going? We're not going up onto the rock. You can forget that. Yes, we are not going up onto the rock. Good girl, Tony. He is so smart looking at the ground, because they are much more knowledgeable about what good ground is than we are, and it involves a lot of trust. It's a little bit deeper this way, so follow the track, please. Yes, ma'am. Steady. Good girl. Now, we did have a little slip somewhere here, so just be careful, please. It was here. We had a little slip, so just be careful, lady. I'm going to trust you. Good, good, good. We went a little deep there. Good girl. Well done. We're not trotting. Forget that. Although it probably would be easier for you, wouldn't it? There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Well done. What do you think? Do you want to do a little bit of trot? Good girl. Good job. You turn around and trot back. It's slushy, so the footing is actually pretty good. Under the hose. Trot again. We can do this as long as you want, my darling. Yes. You want to go again? Yeah, oh, of course you do. Just the angle a little bit better for trot. I've got like no contact. And she's learned that when she comes around this corner, And she has to walk to go over the hose. She like automatically slows down. Okay, I've got to go over the hose. And then, okay.
Oh,
I'm just trying to
there we go.
So it is Sunday. I was about to say Monday. Not quite there yet. It's Sunday. This might seem like a pretty random and boring week in rides with Eve. And as I've been thinking about how to theme this video, because I like all of my videos to tie together in some way, and I think the idea that runs through it all is light and no pressure. So I'm one of those types of people who does like to have training plans in place for the week. In the spring, summer, and fall, that's a lot easier. In the winter, so sometimes you need to just kind of go with the flow with what the horses want. My energy levels are slowly getting better. Like, I rode 2 horses yesterday for the first time in ages. Granted, both were very lazy at a walk and for not very long, but still, I consider it progress. I'm getting there. One of the things I'm trying to get much better at this year is listening to my body and not pushing myself beyond my limits. And I've had to listen to my body, and it's told me, like, you need to slow down. So as much as I would have loved to have had even a full, personally to have had even a full training program this week, that's just not realistic. So I guess the main thing I wanted to say is, in the winter especially, just getting in the saddle is a bonus. If you get out to the barn and you're not motivated, but you get out there anyway and you tack your horse up and you get on and you walk around the arena, great. You've given your horse a leg stretch, and as long as they're getting adequate turnout, you not riding or only doing a walk ride or only doing a little bit of groundwork is absolutely fine. So I did end up finishing chores with tons of time to spare, so I am out for a hack on Madame Eve. I'm out in the field for about 5 minutes, so we'll do another 5-10 minutes. The snow has actually melted a little bit since yesterday, so it's not as deep, so we'll do a little bit more today, and then we'll head in and do some more trot sets if she wants. So I think I'm going to leave this video here. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, because it really does help me out. Comment down below, and if you're new here and haven't yet subscribed and would like to see more, then consider hitting the subscribe button. Good girl. She's so careful. I just adore her. And yeah, we will see you next time. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. If you're in a place where it's currently very cold, stay warm. Give your horse or pony a hug or a kiss the next time you see them, and I will see you next time. Bye.